Hey guys, Kev from the atari-Staffroom back after a little hiatus. So this is my response to NovaBug's Friday Foursome number 27, shoot 'em ups. Now, shoot 'em up genre is not something we're spoilt for choice for, so I chose the four that I regularly revisit. That way, they're my top four. That makes sense, doesn't it? Anyway. Thank you to NovaBug for this Friday Foursome, and here we go.
At number 4 we have Moon Patrol, a game that by rights I should have completed at some point in the last 30 years, but no. This is the shooting equivalent of patting your head and rubbing your stomach at the same time, trying to avoid ground obstacles while simultaneously shooting the continuing alien annoyance from above is bad enough. But Stage 5, man. Bloody Stage 5 throws tanks into the mix. Bloody tanks. Is there any wonder I have never completed Stage 5? Bloody tanks on the moon. But still, I come back again and again, hoping that one day the gods of Atari will smile upon me. In at number 3 we have Cardiacs, or as it's otherwise known, the only reason I should want to own an Amiga. This game should be considered a classic, it should. Excellent heavy rock mod soundtrack, the kind of music that would make Satan soil himself. Great fast moving graphics. A big bloody scoreboard hovering in space behind the action. And a cool robot voice telling you where the enemies are. But above all, it's a Team 17 title. It has it all. But, and there's always a but, the control scheme. At some point, somewhere, a meeting was held, probably after a few drinks, and someone at this somewhere meeting decided it would be a great idea to turn the left and right controls into accelerate left and accelerate right. The longer you hold the controller, the quicker you go. What were they bloody thinking? It makes a great game damn near impossible to control. But paradoxically, this game is still fun. Satan may have soiled himself to the soundtrack, but he's using his shit to mess with my shit and bring me back to this frustrating shooter again and again and again. In at number 2 we have Blazing Thunder on the mighty Atari ST. This is what MJR might call a hidden gem, if of course he wasn't American, and if the ST was a games console, and, well, if he was me, which he isn't, I hasten to add. Released by Not So Hit Factory, high-tech software, and put together by their in-house PAL developments team, this vertical shooter rips off the tank sections of Atari Warriors, which to be honest, in my opinion, is the best part of Atari Warriors, and turns them into an entire game. After all, everyone loves tanks. Graphically, it's not bad, if a little basic, but there are plenty of power-ups and the level design's pretty good. We won't mention the audio in the ST. We don't want to give unnecessary ammunition to the Amiga fanboys, but it's functional and there's plenty of satisfaction to be had by running over the enemy scum in your tank. There are technically better shoot-em-ups on the ST, I can think of a load just off the top of my head. But I just find this one fun and it keeps me coming back, and that's what counts. Right, in at the top spot, number 1 on my Friday Foursome. Yeah, is Gemini Wing. I know the arcade has better to offer, and yes, my emulation of this game in the screen capture is a bit shit, but normally it's fine, so I don't quite know what's happened. God knows what's going on there, but this Tecmo shooter has me where I live, as they say down my way. Great scrolling, colourful graphics, inventive and memorable enemies, a kick-ass soundtrack, and a unique gaming mechanic where your smart weapons lead out in a tail behind you, and you have to use them in the order you've collected them. And it's got a decent challenge too, not too hard, not too easy, just a good learning curve, as they say. It's the sort of game I keep coming back to because I know I can do better. But then I'm also delusional. I also know that I'm shit at games, but I keep coming back. It makes shit players think they might be able to do that little bit better while not being too easy. And that alone should make this a classic. Maybe not up there with R-Type, but definitely up there. That's my Friday foursome. Thank you very much, NovaBug. Thank you anybody who takes the time to listen to this. And hopefully you'll hear from me, see me, YouTube, whatever, on the next Friday foursome. Okay, thanks a lot. Bye.